All right. We are live. Take a moment to share. Somebody just shared. Mhm. Take a moment to share.
So Kelly be like, Mom, why you not looking? Mm.
Welcome, welcome to Parenting in Rhythm. We take the time out to thank everybody for tuning in. We really value and appreciate your support. Happy Women's Day and month. Parenting in Rhythm is a community-based movement built around conversations, shared resources, and empowerment. Based on our research and experience, it is evident that knowledge, support, and parenting skill increases empowerment and decreases and or eliminates feelings of despair and alienation. So today, let's talk about the importance of supporting the athletic students during the pandemic. Champion parent Bryant Tipton has been in education for 23 years as a teacher and now as an administrator. He has received many honorable mentions. So we have the African American Parent magazine. Then he was named as one of the Detroit top fathers by the Detroit Free Press. Whoop, whoop. There was the USA Today weekend. He was named as a positive male teacher by the Detroit Teacher Magazine and the DPSCD Coach of the Year twice. Bryant has prided himself in sending numerous players to college. This is what the village behavior looks like, folks. Mentoring for both in the classroom and on the court, and is something that he really values. Welcome, Mr. Bryant Tipton, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, yeah,
Your
definitely.
resume is full of, look at all the awards.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
You know, Eric, when I'm listening to like the different awards, I'm like the best for the best because he went to one of the top best high schools in Detroit. Okay. Okay, Cody High School. Whoop whoop.
And she's a Cody girl, so she knows what she's talking about.
Yes, yep. So I am not surprised at all, at all. So one of the first questions I just wanted to ask you, because it is Women's Month, as Dr. Pert said. So Brian, before we get into our questioning, is there a special woman or maybe a couple that you would like to give a shout out to for this month? Who has had a great impact on your life?
Well, of course, my mom has, that just goes without saying. And, she's been a great role model for me. Just allow me to be able to demonstrate how a woman should look like, how a woman should act, how a woman should carry herself. Allows me to treat women with respect and honor women as I see them. As our fraternity always say, we protect womanhood. And that's something I really live by. So I'm glad to be on doing this Women's History Month because you ladies are true, inspirations to all of the community, the things that you're doing. And, just my sisters, my aunts, Tamara, her mom, my daughter, even my daughter's mom, they're all just great women, and I always tag women as Makitas,
I think it's possible,
right.
For all of us, so again, thank you for those powerful words. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, well, as the intro said, I've been in education for 23 years. I got started in education actually when I was playing college basketball. And so every summer we would have to work basketball camps, you know, for the local kids or whoever's coming out of town. So the players always have to work at least 2 weeks out of that 3 months basketball camp. And so I just fell in love working with the kids, you know, and that kind of inspired me to do what I wanted to do. But as I graduated and moved on, you know, education really wasn't something I was trying to do. And so my aunt was a teacher. She was like, well, why don't you just go sub and see how you like it? So I started subbing, and then the rest is history, you know. And here I am 23 years later, you know, and it's been a great ride, you know. So I have a daughter who's now 24, you know, and she's the only child I have. And, you know, got siblings, you know, I'm just a old soul from Detroit, you know. So we went to Cody. When I left Cody, I didn't have too many options, you know, as far as college. So I ended up going to a military school. Left there after a year, and luckily my basketball skills took me someplace else. So ended up going to Tulsa University, playing basketball, and you know, it had a good ride. So, you know,
Okay.
and like I said, so here I am now, and you know, it's been good so far.
That's nice. You say 23 years later, but you still got the Rick Ross swag going on. Ugh.
I keep saying I'm gonna save it. I keep saying I'm gonna save it. Yeah.
You didn't have a bald head and a bald face.
Right. No. I'm not gonna shave the mustache. I'm saving the side.
Oh, okay.
You know? If you ever see me out shave with this right here, you better pull me to the side and say, hey, Till, let me talk to you for a minute. That don't look good.
It looks nice. It looks really nice. You know, a lot of guys out there, you know, they try to get that facial hair full and thick like that. You know, that Rick Ross swag going on.
Rick Ross swag.
Well, you know, it's funny as we get older, because when I was younger, well, of course, younger, I was like, ooh, mustache, ooh, beards, they're disgusting. But now, like, the older I get, it's like, ooh, yes, it looks awesome. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well,
so is your daughter, is your daughter athletic? Because I know
yeah. So I started her off playing softball. Yeah, of course I wanted her to play basketball. She would not take to basketball. So I had to do what, you know, I did when I was a youngster, you know, let her pick her own sport.
Yes.
You know, like I said, you got to do something. You know, so let her pick her own sport. So she picked softball. And so I got her involved in softball when she was 8. And so, you know, she played volleyball in high school as well, or middle school and high school, but softball was really her thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so she started off at Renaissance and then transferred from Renaissance and ended up finishing at CMA. And so she was a pitcher and ended up taking CMA to their first city championship. It was at 2014. And so they ended up losing, but again, you know, she was an all-city pitcher, you know, for SCMA, and ended up going to Bowling Green. You know, decided that she didn't want to play sports or, you know, go to college. So anyway, but yeah, she was very athletic. She did her thing, and I was very proud of her, you know. So.
Okay. Nice. I wanted to kind of go back to, you know, just I was listening to the way that you spoke about your family. And, you know, sometimes when I see you guys, I know you guys often get together. I know it's been hard during the pandemic, but I don't know if it was like one of your Thanksgiving celebrations, and it's like you guys had taken a lot of pictures or videos or something. I'm like, wow, they got a big family, you know. And I always think that that's a great thing, that people value their families and make time, you know, for family. Yeah. So, but yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, so we have a very close family. So my mom has 6 siblings, her being, so there's 7 altogether. And of course, they all had kids. And so when we were younger, we used to go to each other's house for Thanksgiving and Christmas. But as, you know, we all got bigger, we started renting out halls. And so every Thanksgiving, we rent out a hall and everybody just bring a dish, and it's like a family reunion. So maybe like 70 or 80 of us all in this hall, you know, enjoying Thanksgiving together. So it's a big thing in our family.
Nice.
Mm.
Okay. Awesome. So, okay, the topic today, supporting the student athlete, especially during this pandemic. And the only thing I could really think about, like it had, between last year and this year, when you think of the junior and the senior year, this is the time when either kids are either trying to get scouted, for different scholarships, even to go pro, I guess, in some cases, but they're trying to get scouted. And I know it's been really difficult, with the pandemic, with the on and off again. So, and I know you have to deal with that as a coach, even as an administrator. So how has that been? How can you describe like what's been going on with that over the last year?
Well, it's been difficult, more difficult for those students who aren't the star player, who may have gotten a scholarship, or maybe even a partial scholarship because someone's seen them at a game or something like that. I think at this point, the coaches really have to push their athletes. With me, when I was coaching, I always made sure my guys went to college. Now it may not have been the top university in the country or whatever else, but I'm gonna at least get you to some 2-year school, some NAIA, something that's going to allow you to continue your education. Because for me, it's not so much of playing pro; it's more about graduating college. And that's what I expressed to my guys. Yeah, if you make it to the pro, that's just an added bonus for your hard work. Right now it's about graduating college. Trying to make a career out of yourself. Whatever else. And so during this pandemic, the parents have to get online and Google colleges. It's so many junior colleges, so many small 4-year universities out here for these guys to go to. You just got to get out here and research them. And like I said, the coaches got to do the same. Because again, if you're trying to get your kid, somewhere, in the future, you have to, push that envelope and allow yourself to be that mouthpiece for either your child or for your student athlete.
Right.
And when you look at the whole dynamic of this, you got kids that were, let's say their freshman year, they have an older sibling that did well 3 or 4 years ago and end up going to a university, whatever else, and looking at that, they're like, well, I'm gonna do the same thing, but now here's the pandemic, and now my season's been cut short, and now I can't do what my older sibling did, and now I'm having difficulties trying to get people to see me. So with basketball, it's more easier with AAUs, because sometimes you got an AAU team, you can have that kid join the AAU, and AAU really isn't shutting down like high school are. You know what I mean? And the same thing with football. I think they got a thing called Sound Body, Sound Mind for the guys that play football. And a lot of them guys can go travel to different places and have colleges look at them that way as well. So it's different ways that you can kind of help that student athlete during this pandemic. You just got to research and call the right people to try to help you to, to get that done.
Yeah, I have one of your favorite students, Mr. Tipton. You necessarily wasn't his coach for basketball, but you did coach him behaviorally.
Who was that?
Gianni Green.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He said, "Hey, Coach Tip."
Oh, hey, what's up, Gianni?
Yeah, like I said, he was one of our babies, and of course, she said you were very instrumental in helping him to, be a mentor and helping him guide him into his manhood.
Yeah. That's awesome. Tell him thank you very much. Yes. Yeah.
And that's a great point. That's a great point that, even in coaching, if you're a coach, you're a coach. And, you may coach your students on the field, but that coach mentality, I see coaches walk through the hallways all day like, hey, go to class and what you doing, So I think that mentality takes, just carries out beyond the field of the court. That's
and it's also, relationship building. You know what I mean? It's about, like, for example, a kid like a Gianni, 3 or 4 years from now, can still say, hey, coach, how you doing? You know what I mean? And not like, oh man, I can't stand, you know what I mean? So it's about relationship building and, you know, treating these kids like they're your own kids, you know, and so that's what I've done throughout my years, is just making sure they see me as an authority figure, but also someone they can talk to, you know, because again, I went to Cody, so I'm from the hood, you know what I mean? So I understand hood problems. I understand, you know, some of the things that they're going through. And it's not so much of me yelling and disciplining it. It's more so about me just trying to help them see a different side of their behavior, you know?
Okay. Are you getting a lot of pressure, or do you receive a lot of pressure sometimes from the parents, just especially, you know, dealing with the sports?
Well, no, not a lot of pressure from the parents. I think right now the parents are trying to figure out how to deal with the mental health of their student athlete. You know, how do I keep them motivated when there's nothing going on for them? You know, what do I do to make sure that they're still having, you know, getting looks as far as from different schools? You know, so I think the parents are struggling as well, trying to figure out where do they turn for help? You know, what do I do to help my child? And again, you know, I would say reach out to a AAU team, you know, or again, if your child plays football, reach out to Sound Body, Sound Mind. They're always, I mean, I'm always looking on Facebook. Sound Mind, Sound Body is always doing something with their student athlete football guys. You know, and so that's a great avenue for someone to link into and to get their child some looks, and especially if they're juniors and seniors.
Okay. Now, is that an organization, or is it like a mentor? I mean, not mentoring. Is it like kind of like a support group?
Yeah, I
It's
think
the
they have
organization.
like a camp over the summer. I know I usually see a lot of advertisement. Don't they have like a camp over the summer?
Yeah, so they got a camp over the summers, but what they're doing now, the camp is continuing like every week or every month. You know what I mean? They're going different places and they're taking these guys different places, you know? And so, like I said, that's a great avenue for those football guys to jump on, you know? Now, mind you, you gotta be somewhat decent, you know what I mean? To you know, you can't be 5'2", 100 pounds, talking about, I'm gonna play football, you know? So you gotta be, you know, someone that they can say, okay, this person may have a chance of playing football in college.
Well, what I appreciate you as a coach is that I feel like you are fair, and I've seen it firsthand where you will recruit kids within the school who necessarily don't have, I don't want to say the top skill set, but you will work with kids and put them on a team to help them develop their skill set. And that's important, and it's encouraging to the student because it helps them to, you know that somebody believes in them and they begin to excel. Yeah.
Right. Well, again, you know, like I say, it's about those relationships. And so when you are in a school setting, yeah, you have to recruit kids or whatever else, but you also want to make sure you get kids from that same source. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that you get kids from the place where you're at, and you know, which helps, you know, with the relationships of the student body. You know, they want to see their friends, you know, succeed. You know, and so yeah, so I appreciate you saying that. So thank you.
Yeah, you were very instrumental. I know a lot of students, even at Cody, then at East English Village, were on the team. And I feel like, you know, they probably wasn't one of the, what you say, star or starting players, but you helped build their skill set, which in turn helped build their self-esteem, you know, and work with them with their skills, both you and the football coach, both at East English. Yeah. Did well with that.
All right. Absolutely. Well, that's another good thing about coaching, is that sometimes you don't get kids who may have those top skill sets, as you say, and but coaching, you know, practice over time kind of helps them, you know, get to whatever potential they're going to have.
I agree. And that's with anything, you know what I mean? If you're not good at math, the more you study math, the better you get. If you're not a good reader, the more you read, the better you get. You know, same with spelling. So, you know, and that's what I preach to a lot of them guys, you know, because, you know, this is a video game era children. So, you know, I tell them if they're playing video games 24/7, and then I come and play against them in a video game, of course they're gonna kick my butt because I'm not a person that's playing. I said, so same thing with practice. If you're here practicing all the time and you come play against someone, they can say, oh, he got good. No, he just been practicing, he's been working. You know what I mean? So anything that you want to do in life, you have to put effort into it in order to get good at it. Now there are the
Yes.
exceptions. There are the exceptions. There are some people that just got it. You know what I
Have it.
mean?
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, but for the most of
Yeah.
us, we got to put work into it. So.
Yes. Yes, good people. So stay encouraged. You may not be the best of the best, or you may not be able to exercise your top skills, but practice, hang in there. Something is going to happen,
Eventually.
So I just kind of wanted to recap over some of the advice that you were given for the parents, some of the things that they can do in supporting their kids. But you said something and it kind of went away and I almost forgot to bring it back up, but the mental health piece, because we talk about that all the time. Your mental health should be checked on like your physical health. And that's with everybody. But if you can kind of recap over some of the advice for parents on how they can support their athlete student, at this time, and what could they do to help them, help their potential or whatnot.
So the one thing they can do is make sure that they at least talk to them. You know what I mean? And not just assume that, they're okay. And, once you talk to your child and ask them, how do you feel about the season ending? How do you feel about the pandemic? How do you feel about, and allow them to express their feelings. And then at the same time, as a parent, don't take offense to answers that they give you. A lot of times we as parents, we want to hear the answer that we want to hear. And it's like, wait a minute, you said what? That ain't what, Take yourself out of that parent role, put yourself into a mentor role, and then you'll be able to address the issues that your child is dealing with mentally, because, we're all dealing with something, mentally, and you have to have the right people to talk to in order to deal with those challenges. Absolutely. And so for some, it may be, they're not getting the same social interaction that they're used to. Some guys, some girls, they like being the center of attention, or the most popular person. When everybody's seeing them, so right now, they're not getting that attention.
Yeah.
And so, they're going to try to seek that attention out in other ways, which may not be, good, so, just talk to your child and see what it is that they need, mentally, and emotionally.
Absolutely. Those are some good pointers, and parents definitely pay attention to changes in your child, in the mood swings and, in activities and stuff, because I know that I was talking to the prevention man not too long ago, but he was saying that this time is it's high time for drugs and alcohol and just for people in general, but especially our youth turning to, these substances to cope with, with the loss of normalcy, So, you give a lot of, you're a great coach. You give a lot of good pointers and tips and mentorship. So how do you know that what you are doing, how do you know it's working?
Well, by the product that is displayed at the end. So as a coach, I love being able to take a group of guys that aren't that good, working them together, and then once the game time comes, I can see my product on the floor. Mm-hmm. And now I can understand where these guys, and this is just an example, weren't able to shoot, make a layup, and dribble. Now, at this point, 2 or 3 months later, they're able to do all that and compete and be successful in the game. So that's a product. That's how you know that you're being successful with the students that you have, because you can see the end product. So same just like a teacher. We're all educators. You have a student that comes in that don't know how to read, and can barely spell, but by September to November, they're reading a little bit. You can see the product, or they're spelling more than they were. And then by November to January, it's like they're putting sentences together. Mm-hmm. And it's like, they're not stumbling while they're reading. So, so the same thing, with this, we have to, when you have a child that is not showing signs or not being themselves, if you normally have a child that's outgoing, a child that's talkative, then all of a sudden you just see a downward spiral and this child's not giving any response or whatever. Now that lets you know that something is wrong, and we need to have a talk. And it's not talking to you as a parent, but I'm talking to you as a mentor. I'm talking to you as a role model, and let your child understand what a role model is, and that's what I always preach to my guys, let them understand what a role model is. Because a lot of folks don't understand that a role model isn't someone that you see on television, that I aspire to be like that person. That's a role model is someone that you can talk to. A role model is someone that you see every day that you say, hey, I want to model my life after that person. That's a role model. You know what I mean? So as you talk to your child, you'll be able to understand, their ups and downs, their highs and lows. And again, we've all been teenagers, so we know they're not going to tell you everything. You know what I mean? But at least you have an idea of what's going on. And then from there, back to your question, at least, so from there, you'll be able to know that, you're being successful when your child is opening up, and then you can see a little difference of your child in their behavior, and you're being able to help them with whatever else.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have a few champion parents. Just in the comments, we have a fellow Cody person was saying hi. Go Cody. What y'all? The comments, right? Something like that.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
I don't know. Cody son or something. So Harriet Bryan said, "Go Cody," and of course we have champion parent listening, Dorothy Morton. Then we have Magic Hunter. He said, "Hello to you, Dr. Pert." And then we got Mr. Haley. Remember Walter Haley, our
Yeah. He's the browse now.
Cody, yeah. He said good evening. And then we also have she said that Mr. Tip really built up your self-esteem. Is it Sheila Shishi?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Student. Yeah. And then lastly, hi Dr. Pert, great topic from Sean Black.
That Dr. Black, okay, so Dr. Black. Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. All right. So I know I want to, anyway, I'll go back to that in a minute.
Oh, my bad.
So are you, oh, go ahead. No, you didn't cut me off.
Okay, good.
Okay, no, you're good.
Okay.
Yep. So another quick, whoever that awesome Cody person was, another shot. Wow.
So how does the chant go? We are the comments. Like how does it?
Wow. We are the comments. CODY.
Cody.
Hey.
Okay, I like that. I like Cody. Because I was just trying to think in my head, like, how do you say it? Like, we are the comments, like, but
we are the comments. Wow. Yeah, COD, CODY.
Yes. With Dr. Pert, it's like you don't know, like, is she giving a compliment or is she trying to throw shade?
No, I really was not trying to throw shade. I'm all for it. Look at the two fine people Cody produced. We got Miss Lisa, we got Mr. Timpton. So, but I was really trying to think in my head when I saw a comment, I was like, what's the chant? We are the comments. Like I was trying to figure it out. Like,
funny.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, so are you working on any special projects at this time? Any special project?
Now, I'm trying to get to where Dr. Pert is, and you're working on his PhD. So, that's been my special project for the last year now, so I got another year of classes left. And so by August 22, hopefully I'm, get this dissertation done, and I might still Dr. Pert and, just turn that in. So we'll see.
Hey, listen, we got a network. We have to utilize our resources. Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You can do it. You can do it. We gonna put it in the universe, Dr. Tipton. That's what's up.
Because he
I'm
knocked
with
that
it.
master's off
Yeah.
real quick. Knock
I'm
that
with
out. Yep. Now you're
Yeah.
going to the next great thing. So let me tell you something else about Mr. Tipton. Oh, I'm saying Dr. Tipton. Look
I
at
like
that.
it. I like keep it going.
It's done. That's
Uh-huh.
right. It's done.
So he is a movie star. How many movies you starred in so far?
2, but I've been in 3, but only started in 2.
Uh-huh. Oh, you didn't start in the first one?
Yeah, the first one was the Carver. Then I did like another one, which I was play like a baseball star.
Okay.
And then this past one we just did.
Yeah. So he's an
Yeah.
awesome movie star.
That's
Yeah.
He don't even got to study his lines. I was out there like, he was like, oh, we got it.
No. See, what you don't understand is when they're shooting, my lines are right here. So I'm just right here in front of me. I'm just looking at like,
Oh, that's what the trick is. You ain't tell me that.
So what were the 3 movies? Name the movies, and then maybe we can put them in the chat. I mean,
Right, so-
I think that's just a good way to, we got to pump ourselves up and support each
Let's
other.
put the link, because the link now, the one that we just did, The Menace to Marriage, right? Yeah, it was produced by, all the movies produced one of our former assistant principal, Mr. Hall. So he has a movie company and he produces movies.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the one that we were just in, I had a small role, but my role about to increase. I'm about to text Mr. Hall.
Hey,
Yeah, so I could put that link where you can actually watch the video if you click and you pay $5 and you can watch the movie. But then I could put the other, I believe if you go on there too, you can still see the other movies.
okay. Yes, please share it, because I promise I'll, I'm take the time and.
Oh, here go, your brother coming, some Cody. Your brother graduated from Cody too.
Yeah, my
Yes.
whole family did. Yeah.
Wait, that's my coach Boo? Hey, Coach Boo.
Yeah, that's your coach. That is funny. So you got the Carver, you got the Swan Sings on Hastings Street, and then you got Menace to Marriage. So
Wow. Okay, that's a great topic. Title, The Swan Sings on Hastings Street.
yeah, so it's about Black Bottom and
Yes.
how I-75 came through and pushed everything out, during that time, and just what was going on during that era, where, us as African Americans were in a certain area of the city, as they call Black Bottom, and Hastings Street was a big part of that area. It's actually Hamtramck area now, and so so it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has to be, there's a lot of history definitely that needs to be shared and highlighted about that time. So yeah, I definitely will go check those out. And there's another, the group Mosaics, they did a production about Hastings Street a couple of years ago. So that's another. I don't know if they have any links where you can watch their productions. They probably will get into that now, especially with the pandemic. So I just want to add, I just want to say, this has been a true pleasure. I'm so glad that you agreed to come chat with us today. Sometimes before I ask people, I'm a little nervous, like, how are you asking people at the last minute? But I thank you for gracing us with your presence, with your powerful and encouraging words. When you encourage people, you're a good coach. When you encourage people, because when I get off this chat, I feel like, me and the kids, we might go ride our bikes, but I'm gonna have my head up high, like.
No, but I appreciate you ladies having me. Like I said, it's been an absolutely pleasure to be here, and I'm very honored and humbled just to be in you ladies' presence. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you have any final words of encouragement? Oh, go ahead. Was someone saying something? I don't want to cut you off.
Oh, I was just saying it's truly an honor to have Dr. Tippy on the show. We are the comet. Hey.
You call him Dr. Who Tippy. Dr. Tippy.
And let me just give a quick shout out to all of our Detroit Public School people on this panel. Dr. Pert is a graduate of the Cass Technical High School.
Look, what they say on their graduation. It's 2 people in the world. those who graduated from Cass Tech, and those who want to graduate. I mean, that's why they act like that. That's why they act like that.
Well, they got Kenya and they got Kwame. So, we let them have those two people.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. And Miss April is a graduate of Henry Ford High School.
That's the sweet brown and gold.
The Trojans, all right.
Yes. Yep. So you have any final words for our champion viewers?
No, not really final words, but I would like to say, to all the viewers, continue to tune in to Ladies Podcast. It's very informational. And I'm sure, as time goes on, you ladies are going to blow up and I can look back and say, man, I was on their show, man, so I'm sure you're going to start paying people to come on. So, when you start paying people to come on, because y'all making all those millions, just have me on so I can at least get 10 grand, you know what I'm saying? Just put something in my pocket, you know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, again, thank you, ladies. It's been an absolute pleasure. And, my hat goes off to you, ladies, for doing what you're doing.
Thank you. And I received that. I'm going to, what's the thing? Where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yes, definitely. I love that when the money resides.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yep. So thank you, Mr. Tip. And thanks for sharing awesome information regarding Champion. And it's the ending of Women's Month. This is the last week. So continue to acknowledge and celebrate your people. Remember, Champion Parents, if you are interested in chatting with us, feel free to share or contact us at our website at www.parentinginrhythm.com. What works for you will successfully raising your children may be a treasure to others. Please email us or contact us via our Facebook page, Instagram page, or via our website, and continue to check out the website for upcoming shows and events. Join our Facebook group. We do have a Facebook group, and come blog with us. We'd like to take this time to thank all of our viewers for tuning in. Be safe while adhering to the CDC guidelines. Until next time, Champion Parents.
What y'all over there texting? What y'all over there texting each other?
My bandwagon is slow. my bandwidth, not bandwagon. My bandwidth is going just slow.
Still alive.
I think we're still alive. Yeah.
Yeah. Until next time, Champion Parents. We'll get our technical difficulties in check.
Champion Parents, thank you for tuning in to Parenting in Rhythm. We certainly appreciate your support and hope you learn practical parenting information that you can apply to your life. If you are interested in chatting with us and want to share parenting tips, or if there is a specific topic you would like 3R to address on the show, please feel free to contact us by visiting our website. Please visit and check out our other social media platforms to connect with us, and tune in every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Champion Parents, until next time, continue to provide and support your children.